What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to the Sports Sidebar Podcast. You're tuned in with your boy Rich, and I'm here with my buddies Tom and JD, and we're about to get this thing started. Let's go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got a brand new episode for everybody. Hitting up 155. How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing good, Rich. How you doing?
Doing great, man. Got a nice little win in fantasy. It was looking kind of rough for me. You know, getting back on track. Got a win in hockey. Good week. About to hit some parlays today. Can't complain, man. How you doing?
Doing all right. Still, still aching from my Justin Jefferson being out. But other than that, I got my first win in hockey, and just hanging in there. Getting cold.
Oh yeah. I mean, when it's cold, I got the windows open too. So I love the nice little breeze and stuff.
I know you do. Cold get colder.
I mean, let's get right into it, man. We got week 8 of the NFL wrap up. We got the Thursday night game. We got the Buccaneers versus the Bills. The Bills keep it kind of ugly, but they get the win, man.
Yeah, it was an ugly game. This was another one where I felt like the Bills kind of just dominated the whole game, but didn't really put them away. I've seen in a few of these games, like the Chiefs do it, the Bills did it on Thursday night to the Bucks. It's just you never really felt like the Bucks had a chance, but the score wasn't indicative of that game. They were kind of just like it's almost like they got up to a lead and they were just like, we're just gonna hang out and just try not to get hurt and get out of here.
Yeah, it kind of seemed like the game was over. Then all of a sudden, your boy Mayfield threw like that huge ass Hail Mary that Evans caught. Then it was back in it.
Yeah, it was kind of the feeling I got. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like the Bills are gonna be in trouble if they don't figure out how to run the ball or something, man. I feel like sometimes it's just
it's weird because Cook can I feel like Cook gets good yardage and then they put Latavius Murray in, and I don't know what they're doing with their running game. They got a guy who can run the ball, and they don't let him run the ball. I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, they did sign Fournette, so maybe that helps them increase the runs, because I feel like they kind of put themselves in situations where they don't really look to control a clock. They're just kind of looking to gunsling it all day because of their quarterback and because of the money they're paying them. Kind of like they, all right, this is our like they got a Ferrari and they're like, all right, it can go 200 and we're gonna push it to 200 rather than they can win the race at 100. So
yeah, no, I'm with you. It makes it mind-boggling sometimes.
Yeah, but it's gonna be interesting to see because they're one of the teams, the top tier teams in the AFC, but they might be falling behind, over the past few years. So
I'm like you said, I'm curious to see like they feel like they have this on-off switch that tough to tell, what team you're going to get from week to week.
Yeah, especially in the playoffs. That's where they kind of disappear sometimes.
Agreed.
And then we got the Eagles versus the Commanders. Eagles win. I'm a little worried about the Eagles, man. They're giving up a lot of points to a lot of teams, man.
Yeah, not worried yet. I think it's I think it's just part of these kind of mid-season. To me, it's always just like guys are hurt, guys are beat up. Let's just try to get the win and get out of here, kind of thing. I think I'd probably give it a few weeks and then see what happens. Towards the end of the year, if they start to ramp it up because they're still using kind of Jalen Carter sparingly. They added Kevin Byard to their secondary, which is a big pickup for them.
The Steelers and Titans players, man.
Yeah. They gave him nothing to get him. I probably I'm not gonna sound the alarm bells yet, but definitely something to keep an eye out. And Washington's one of those matchups for them. It's weird. It's like it's almost like when the Patriots are really good and the Dolphins stunk, and the Dolphins are just a tough matchup for the Patriots for whatever reason. It's the same thing the Eagles and the Redskins or the Commanders. They just
Mhm.
play these tight games, and I don't know. Yeah, I mean, when you're giving up 3 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns to Sam Howell, it's like, what's going on?
Yeah, man. But I'm also giving the Commanders some props.
Yeah.
It seems like since Eric's been over there, they've been their offense has been a lot more potent because they've had the weapons, they just haven't been able to put up the numbers with them.
Yeah, no, I agree. Their offense has looked better. They're getting their playmakers the ball. They're letting Howell kind of let loose a little bit. Smart. Just you kind of want to see what you got in him, right? He seems like he's a tough dude. The one thing that they need to work on is the offensive line because he's getting just hit left and right.
Yeah.
He's hanging in there. He's a tough kid, clearly, but yeah, I don't know. You want to do like they did to David Carr, and 2 or 3 years, he just gets so beat up he's out of the league.
Yeah, out of the league. Had a lot of potential. They just got to figure out that balance between offense and defense. It's gonna be interesting to see how they do going forward, being that they traded away those pass rushers. So
Yeah.
and then we had the Saints versus the Colts. I mean, Saints win. Your boy Alvin Kamara was looking like the Alvin Kamara of old. I mean,
Yeah, didn't expect a high scoring game there. I was kind of shocked by that final score.
yeah, I thought it would be a little bit lower because of their defenses. Hey, I mean, these teams are they're slinging the ball, the ball, so to say.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, I feel like when Minshew's in there, their offense is a lot more airy, so to say. Like they're willing to take shots.
Yeah.
Between
Yep.
Pittman and Downs, they just need a tight end, man. That's what they really just need.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think Mo Alley Cox is the answer.
No.
But yeah, I think that they Minshew's good in small doses. He'll make a play that you're like, why did he do that? But that's kind of the story about the backup quarterback, right?
Yeah. And they didn't give Taylor the damn ball, man. He had like 92 yards by halftime, and then they just didn't let him run the ball again.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he had a 60-yard carry or something early in the game, and then I think at one point it was like 9 for 90 something, and then that might have been it. Did he not have anything else after that? I didn't look. He's not on my team, so I don't really check.
Yeah, I was just looking at it. He was at he was at 11 points or something like that by like halftime, and then I was like, "Yo, run the ball with him." And then they went a series where they ran the ball like 5 or 6 times with Zach Moss. I was like, "Come on, man!" But luckily the person I was playing, some of their players didn't show up, so got the win. And then we had the Texans versus the Panthers. This game was just looking at just to see the rookie quarterbacks go at it. Panthers end up winning by a field goal. Wasn't really too much on this game.
Yeah, it wasn't much going on there. It was like you said, a game with the top 2 picks. Not a lot of action, obviously, with the 15-14 game, 15-13 game. But Panthers finally got on the board, and good for Bryce Young to get a win. I was talking to some Panthers fans down here, and how they felt about the win, and they're like, honestly, I don't care how many games they win because they don't have a draft pick. So, go for it, win all the games. Your first thought when your team is losing is like, yeah, we might as well just keep losing and get a good draft pick. But then you're like, wait a second, we don't have a draft pick, so.
Yeah, but you kind of want your team to win because you don't want your pick to be like the first pick.
Yeah,
because then
sure.
you kind of regret it. Like, damn, we could have had the first pick this year too.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
And then we had the Patriots versus the Dolphins. Dolphins win. Pats lose. They also lost Bourne for the season with his ACL. They would have tried to get another receiver after that news, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, I don't. I think that they probably made the right move, just staying put, not adding, not subtracting, just figuring it out at the end of the year. But yeah, I mean, this was kind of a predictable game. I think Miami came out, scored early, and then the Patriots actually had a nice drive, got a touchdown, and then that was, that was pretty much it. Mac threw a couple picks. the Dolphins kind of like the entire game felt like they could have blown them out of the water, but I don't know. It was one of those other, just like the Bills game. They kind of just were like, yeah, we'll keep it, let them keep it close. And then once they go within a touchdown, the Tua drives right down, hits Waddle over the middle, for a touchdown and bring it back to 14, and that was basically it. Dolphins offense is just kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, I feel like at any point in time they could score, and then
Yeah,
that's the thing. They're just probably. I think they're probably number one offense as far as passing and rushing between their backfields and their receivers. So
right.
the only thing is their defense. But I mean, Jalen Ramsey, I believe he's back now, so he's going to be back to form in a few weeks.
He already had the pick over the weekend.
Yeah.
On Mac. It was actually funny. Mike McDaniel after the game was like, he told me he's going to have a pick 6, and he only had a pick 3 because the pick turned into a field goal, and he's like, so he lost that bet.
Yeah, but I mean, when you got somebody on your defense like that, it's going to do tremendous things because you're pretty much going to be able to cut a portion of the field off and only have to worry about defending another half. But they just got to figure out. I mean, it's not really nothing to figure out because they don't. It's not like they're playing Tyreek Hill, and there's not really any other Tyreek Hills out there, so they're going to be pretty much set on defense once they figure out what they need to figure out.
Exactly.
Then we had the battle from New York. We had the Jets versus the Giants. Game was really close. You guys knocked out our quarterback. It's like, thank goodness, man. They didn't want to win this game.
That was an ugly game. Yeah, I think it was bad all around. I mean, there was something like 25 punts, outside of the Brees Hall touchdown. Even the Giants, they didn't, the one touchdown they had, I think, was a turnover that they got the ball at like the Jets 1-yard line. And they had two unnecessary roughness penalties. So they kind of got, a gift down there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was an ugly game. And at the 4th and 10 play with Zach Wilson, I was like yelling at the TV. I'm like, how do you not? You have to throw the ball there. Like it doesn't matter if it gets intercepted. You have to throw it. Just throw it up in the air.
Man.
The fact that you're taking a sack, like that's just, sometimes these are things that they teach you in like, I don't know. Like, hey, it's 4th down. The game's on the line. It doesn't matter if you turn the ball over because if we get sacked here, they're getting the ball anyways. And
so certain things you can't do.
Yeah. And then Gano missed that field goal, which I couldn't believe he missed that. And then the 2 plays, obviously the offside helped the Jets because it stopped the clock. They were able to get Lazard over the middle, kick the field goal, and then obviously the Giants had nothing. I mean, I kind of felt bad for Saquon. Everyone that was watching knew that he was going to get the ball after Tyrod went out, so he basically had 11 guys, and he still got like 120 yards rushing, which was impressive because they definitely weren't throwing the ball.
Yeah, he's been doing that for a while.
Yeah.
The Giants have not been able to get a stable offensive line ever since he's been there. So he's pretty much had to dodge 2 or 3 guys in the backfield just to get some yards. So I was sad about it that that the Giants are in the situation. I'm also happy because that means we're in the running for a good pick. So, but I was also surprised that none of the other guys got moved. I thought a lot of guys would have got to move this before the trade deadline, but didn't happen.
Yeah, I was shocked too. I mean, I think they did well getting a 2nd-round pick for Leonard Williams, but yeah, everyone else staying put. I guess it is what it is. I thought they might try to move Saquon.
Yeah, I thought they would move him or maybe some of the other defensive guys. So
yeah.
Then we had the Chiefs versus the Broncos. No Taylor Swift. Broncos get the win. Seems like the Broncos got the Chiefs number for some reason, or the Chiefs were just not ready to play at all.
Yeah, I was gonna say on the Chiefs too. That was 5 turnovers, very unlike the Chiefs. So this is one of those games where you kind of just like chalk it up. Mahomes wasn't feeling well. He got added to the injury list late with an illness. they've just looked like out of it, and just throw the tape away and move on.
Yeah, pretty much. Then we had the Bengals versus the 49ers. Bengals came out, they dominated the game pretty much from start to finish. 49ers weren't really able to get to the quarterback, which was surprising, with that front four they have. But, they went out there and they made some additions to that defense, which is going to be interesting to see going forward. But the Bengals are looking like they're getting the form, which is going to be kind of dangerous because they were one of those teams that could win it all, especially the last few years. They're in the Super Bowl 2 years ago, but they couldn't protect the quarterback. And then last year they ran up against the Chiefs, and it was a little rough in the passer play that kind of helped the Chiefs win that game. So
yeah, and I think we talked about it, and we were kind of waiting for this, but Joe Burrow looks healthy. Threw for 3 touchdowns, almost 300 yards, ran for 43 yards, so he's feeling good.
Yep.
He tore up that San Francisco defense, which is a little concerning on the San Francisco side of the ball because that's been their strong suit. Now they've lost 3 in a row where their defense hasn't really looked good the last couple of games. I didn't think Purdy was that bad, but he wasn't great either. But yeah, this is more of I think a positive sign for the Bengals and them moving forward.
Oh yeah, definitely looking forward to seeing how it plays out because they got the Bills next week.
Yep.
And then Monday night game we had the Raiders versus the Lions. Well, I skipped the Sunday night game. It was the Bears versus the Chargers. Chargers win. It wasn't really nothing to talk about there.
Mm-hmm.
Then the Monday night game was the Raiders versus Lions. I thought this game would have been a lot more competitive, but Lions came out and they beat the Raiders. The score, despite the score, this game was pretty ugly on the Raiders side. Your boy Jimmy G was had like 87 yards passing. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, it was bad. I honestly didn't watch a lot of the game. I was happy to see Jahmyr Gibbs getting some play in Detroit. But other than that, I didn't understand what the Raiders' game plan was. They didn't get many plays. They didn't run the ball all that well.
Mm-hmm.
They obviously didn't pass it at all. So like, what were they doing?
Yeah, that's what I didn't understand. Like, you got Jimmy G was missing out, wide open on a few plays. Could have had like 2 touchdowns. That was one, and then they barely run the ball, which I don't understand. You got the guy that led the lead in rushing yards last year. He hasn't
had over 100 yards yet this season.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And your boy McDaniel is supposed to be the offensive guru. I don't know why people keep calling him that. Seems like the only time he did good was with Tom Brady for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
This is a mess over there, man.
Yeah, definitely. Hence why Mark Davis cleaned house.
Yeah, pretty much. Your boy Daniel's gone. The Raiders gonna be still paying him and your boy Gruden. They said over the next 4 years about like $80 million, which is crazy. Which I was an NFL coach right now. Even if I got fired, y'all still gonna pay me that contract.
Oh yeah, he's getting he's sure getting his money's worth. That's for sure. He's still making that. I forget, I was making $4 million a year, $8 million a year. I forget. They're paying. The Raiders owe their coaches, the last 2 coaches, $80 million over the next however many years.
Yeah, man, this is crazy. Talk about it's like a Jamarcus Russell situation.
Yeah, exactly.
But just with coaches, man. And then outside of that, there's a trade deadline. Like I said, a bunch of people I thought would have got traded that didn't. Derrick Henry being one of them. The Vikings didn't make a move for a quarterback after the ACL tear from Cousins. Maybe Jefferson does come back with Dobbs. He's been able to get the ball out, so we'll see. If I was Jefferson, I'm sitting it down.
Dobbs has been sneaky effective. I was looking at some of his stats.
Yeah.
He's been actually a pretty good passer. I think he's thrown at about a 65% completion rate. So he's his QB rating is like in the top half of the league.
He was doing that with the Cardinals.
Exactly.
Jefferson or an Addison. So
yeah, so I think Addison, this will be good for him. Depending on where they're at. If they win a couple more games, I could see Jefferson coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If it's a playoff push, why wouldn't he?
That's that they have a quarterback now that can throw the ball. So
yeah, if
can
they're
definitely
out of
come
it,
back.
I get if they're out of it, sure, like totally get it. Like pack it up. Don't hurt yourself. You got a contract coming.
I wouldn't be mad if he did sit it down.
Yeah.
It was definitely going to be an interesting situation to keep an eye on. Then we got Week 9 coming up. We got the Thursday night game. We got the Titans versus the Steelers. I'm not be paying attention to too much to this game. Well, as a matter of fact, I might check it out just because Titans figured out who they're gonna start at quarterback, and they got your boy. They put him in. He had a pretty good game last game. We got Will Levis here, so he'll be starting that game, coming off his 4 touchdown performance.
Mm-hmm.
So Steelers defense is a good defense too.
They are, and they basically, Levis started firing the ball around. They're like, this guy's legit. And they're like, there's some of the NFL game, the mic'd up. It's like they Tennessee might have actually found a quarterback.
Yeah, which is something they've been looking for a while.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely keep an eye on the situation just to see how it pans out. Because, Will was up there for one of the quarterbacks that was predicted to go early or one of the first ones to go, but he kind of slipped down. So it's going to be good to see if, things work out for him. And we got the Sunday night games. We got they're doing the overseas thing again for the early morning game. They're going to have the Chiefs versus the Dolphins. Definitely a one you want to get up for early, about 9:30. This should definitely be a fun game to watch.
Yeah, this one's in Germany this time.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a good matchup. The big one for the, probably both teams. I think the Dolphins probably need it to kind of legitimize their season a little bit. They've lost to a couple tough teams. The Eagles, who's their other loss to? The Bills. Eagles and the Bills. So, they're looking for that marquee win. The Chiefs obviously want to have a
bounce back.
Yeah, they want to have a bounce back game. So I think this should be a good one. Maybe the game of the week.
Yeah, definitely. And it's going to be first one on Sunday. So, get your nice little coffee in and pop on the TV. You're ready to go.
Get your coffee ready.
Yep. And then we got the Vikings versus the Falcons. I'm just interested to see how Dobbs does. We're trying to get a quarterback. Oh, he's not playing?
Dobbs isn't. Dobbs. He might be on the bench, but they're starting the rookie.
What?
Yeah.
Man.
They don't think that he'll have enough time to get caught up on the playbook.
Man, if y'all run some play action or some regular screenplay.
Hey, I used to be able to run these. Like, I can run these offenses. Just hey, you do a little square and you do a post route. You do a go route. Break.
Yeah, man. I don't understand what the big deal is, man. They should be able to find plays that he's familiar with to get him out there. But I mean, they're all playing the Falcons. The Falcons defense has been decent this year. But on the offensive side, I thought the Falcons would have won and got a quarterback as well, but they didn't. So it's going to be an interesting show to watch to see if.
They're Arthur Smith named Taylor Heineke the starter this weekend. So Ritter will be continuing on the bench, and they're going to go with Heineke.
Oh, okay. So they might maybe they got their quarterback of the future. We'll see.
Yeah,
I doubt it
we'll
though.
See.
I think they just need to go out and get your boy from the
Jimmy
Bears.
G?
Nah, from the Bears.
Justin Fields.
Yeah, I think that'll be a good look. Nice little refresh. He gets the number 7 jersey. Give him that Michael Vick feel. He busts out the pocket. People go crazy. But and they got the weapons. They could probably get him for a second or third. But I think the Bears wait to see what they get on them picks. How things pan out before they move that quarterback.
For sure.
And then we're gonna have the Cowboys versus the Eagles. That should be a good game, just to see who's gonna be winning this division.
Like the Cowboys confuse me.
Yeah.
Like some weeks they look awesome, and then some weeks they look terrible. So again, this is another one for me where it's like I don't know what team's gonna show up. But I think the Eagles come out and take care of business in this one.
I don't know. I think the Cowboys could get him, man. I feel like the Eagles are still figuring a few things out on their offense compared, since they lost their offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator. But they got the Eagles are just too loaded. Despite what they need to figure out, they have the best offensive line and defensive line. So, I mean, that's one of those things that's hard to beat. It's going to always keep you in games. And then the Cowboys, they struggle when your boy Dak turns over the ball, which he does a lot. It should be a good show.
Yeah, I agree. I think it should be a good one.
And then we're gonna have the Giants versus the Raiders. Hopefully the Giants don't win this game because we need these picks. We need these picks, man.
You all in on the picks now?
We have to be, man.
Yeah.
We gotta figure a lot of stuff out, man. A lot too many holes to fill, and it's just we need the picks, man.
Yeah.
And then we got the Bills versus the Bengals. This could also be the game in week 2. You know, two teams that are kind of building. I feel like they're building like a little rivalry against each other, based off these past few times they played each other.
This should be a good one. Again, I think you got a healthy Joe Burrow. You got a healthy offense, and then you got a little bit of a beat up Bills defense. So what are they going to be able to stop Burrow in the Cincinnati offense or what? So I think it's a good test for both teams.
Oh yeah, because they might see each other again, depending on how things pan out.
Oh, yeah.
So we seen them last year. They played each other. What was it, like week 16 or 17, and they saw each other that second round of the playoffs.
Yep.
And then the Monday night game, got the Chargers versus the Jets. How you feeling about your team, man? They're gonna make it another win?
Pretty good. Yeah, I like them in this matchup. Obviously, defense is playing well. It really comes down to Zach Wilson gonna make enough plays to win them the game. So I think the defense can do its thing. Can shut Keenan Allen down, shut that offense down. You got to watch out for Eckler coming out of the backfield. He killed them the last time these two teams played. That happens, then yeah, I think they got a pretty good chance. I don't love the matchup with their line against the Jets' really decimated offensive line. So running the ball, quick passes, screens, things like that. I'm confident that Hackett's going to have them ready to go, but. Yeah, avoid turnovers and do your job on defense, and I think they should win the game.
Yeah, man. I think it's gonna be interesting to see your defense versus their offense. I mean, your boy Sauce Gardner's he's been rated one of the top corners week by week right now. So I mean, he's been doing his thing. One of the guys I wish he would have fell to us in that draft, but you guys scooped him up. Can't blame you. Just looking forward to seeing if you guys can keep it the momentum going before Aaron Rodgers comes back.
Well, we got a while for that. I know he's out there kind of moving around, throwing the ball before the game. He said he's feeling good, but yeah, still got a lot of time. I wouldn't expect him back before the playoffs, but you got the Chargers this week, you got the Raiders next week. I think this is kind of the soft spot of their schedule, if there is a soft spot. So you got to take care of business now.
Oh yeah, definitely do.
Yeah. Well, so you got the Bills and the Bills and the Dolphins after that, but then you got the Falcons and the Texans. So Falcons, Texans, Commanders, Browns. So it's not an easy end of the season, but it's definitely lighter than the beginning of the season. That's for sure.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You want to put yourself in a good position. To be, especially when you have the chance to beat some of those tougher teams, and then it lightens the load when you play those other teams.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, Rodgers will be back that first round of the playoffs. So then we had in the NBA in full effect right now. So far, the first week is in the books. Top teams are looking like the Nuggets and the Celtics. It looks like those are the teams to beat. Celtics is 4-0, Nuggets 4-0, both playing tonight. I know the Nuggets were down. I know Celtics are blowing out whoever they're playing. I forget who they're playing.
Pacers.
Yeah. How you feeling about your team, man? After the first week, man.
Good. I think it's refreshing that they're blowing out the bad teams. This isn't, in the past they've kind of let them hang around, and you end up playing your starters more minutes and things like that. So I like the start. Porzingis has been awesome. Obviously, it's going to, come down to health and all that. But, yeah, I like the way that they've started the season with the kind of the spread out scoring and all that. The bench is still a little bit of an issue to me, but hopefully they come around a little bit.
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to seeing how you guys finish up, so to say, and see if you guys can stay hot. Despite you guys having a few additions to the team, it doesn't really seem like those people are struggling to figure each other out. It seems like those two guys, whether it be KP or or your boy Holiday, they kind of fit, right into the culture. So looking a little dangerous. I ain't gonna lie, man. Especially with KP, man.
Yeah, he's
looking a
great.
little dangerous, man. But definitely looking forward to seeing when you guys play some of the better teams.
Sure.
Looking forward to the Nuggets matchup, but that's not till January. But I really don't see nobody really messing with y'all until you guys play like the Nuggets or but maybe the Nuggets, man,
Yeah.
or maybe the Suns. So, and then I think that's the other thing, NBA, your boy James Harden got traded again. This time to the Clippers. Right now they got like a big four, so to say, between him, Westbrook, Kawhi, and George.
I'm not sure I'm throwing Westbrook into that. Those other three.
Well, I mean, name wise,
Yeah.
Westbrook's actually been playing good since going to the Clippers. But I'm interested to see how this all gels out.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how what the dynamic is with Harden playing in that, because Kawhi kind of seems like, even Paul George too, they kind of like keep to themselves and just play the game, and he's kind of a little whiny, obviously a little bit of a malcontent with the front office. But I don't know if the players like him or not, because sometimes like these players, their teammates actually like him. They just can't. The front offices can't stand him. So I don't know if that's
Right.
the same with him. But yeah, interested to see how this all plays out, because it hasn't worked anywhere else that Harden's been.
No, I mean it has when he was in OKC, but they lost to LeBron in the finals. But other than that, he's I think in his early Houston days, it was pretty good, but they just ran into the Warriors and stuff like that. But
He didn't really have much else on that team though.
yeah.
So he was the guy.
Yeah, but I think once he started getting to teams with other guys, that's when it just went downhill.
Yeah.
And then for NHL, wasn't really anything. Just the Oilers have been struggling. Wasn't really anything else.
Yeah, Bruins are off to a hot start again. I think 8-0-1 now to start the season. Haven't had a regulation loss yet. Kind of picking up where they left off. I know McAvoy suspended for 4 games, but other than that, kind of a quiet start to the NHL.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of guys that have been stepping up, so I thought that was kind of good.
Yeah.
Looking forward to seeing if they can keep it up.
Yeah.
Then on to MLB, we got the World Series going on. Right now, we got the Diamondbacks versus the Rangers. It's like the Rangers about to finish them off, man.
Yeah, they're up 3-1. Rangers haven't lost a road game in the postseason yet. Got game 5 tonight. 0-0 in top 5, so it's going on right now. The Rangers have been pretty dominant, I would say, after winning game 1 with the walk-off home run from Adolis Garcia, and then I think they lost game 2, but then have won both games in Arizona so far. So this could be it. It's been kind of a I think the first game got off to a hot start, and then it's kind of been I would say a boring World Series after that. Corey Seager's been a monster, obviously putting up Reggie Jackson-like numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Again, if he wins World Series MVP, it'd only be the second player all time or third player all time to have 2 World Series MVPs. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically Texas is to lose at this point. So
yeah, they went out, spent all that money in free agency. People to know what they were doing, they did. Then they got themselves in the position to win the World Series.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's that time again, ladies and gentlemen. We got another edition of JD's Bites and Brew. What you got for us?
All right. So for this week, got the getting a little chilly out, so we got the first real soup of the season. Did a chicken tortilla soup on the healthier version of it, at least. So pretty basic. What I did was I diced up an onion. Not diced. I cut it, sliced up an onion. So still left it kind of whole, and put that in a pan with some olive oil, salt, pepper, kind of got those going on the stove. Then added some garlic, chili powder, and oregano, a little more salt and pepper, and tomato paste, and got that all mixed up. And then basically just threw that in the crock pot. Chicken broth, obviously some chicken breasts, and I think that was it. Oh, chili. Did I say chili powder? Chili powder. So got those all together, mixed it up, slow cooked it for about 7 hours, then shredded the chicken, added some more salt and pepper in there, and then you're good to go. I think this one it's good, but it's for me it's all the toppings. So we had some tortilla strips, avocado, sour cream, and some cheddar cheese.
Oh man, that sounds kind of good, man.
Yeah, it was. It's pretty tasty. So had it last night before we went out trick or treating. So it was pretty good.
Oh, nice. What was how'd you guys rack up from trick or treating?
The kids cleaned up, man. 90 minutes out there, and they both came back with full bags, enough candy to last you for a full year.
The question is, how much which candy did you take out their bag, man?
I get the almond joys and the baby Ruths.
Nice selection, man.
And I steal a Reese's here and there too, but they don't know that.
Yeah, man. Bought a bunch of candy. No trick or treaters came, man. Just
No,
sitting
you
on
had
like
none?
nah, none, man. I'm sitting on like 4 bags of candy right now.
That's wild. Doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, I was surprised, man. I thought there'd been a lot of trick or treaters because anytime I'm walking the dog, these kids always walk by and they ask to pet the dog in the neighborhood. So I thought they would have popped by, but I didn't see any. It felt like I didn't see any trick or treaters out there in my neighborhood. So that was
That's
surprising.
weird. Yeah, that's kind of that's interesting. I would have figured they would have been there, and knowing that you're there, like, oh, at least we know this guy's gonna have some candy.
Yeah, or maybe I was saying maybe it was a parent. The parents were like, no, we don't want you going in the neighborhood because we don't know anybody because it's like kind of a new neighborhood. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But hey, I got candy for days though. And then what'd you guys drink that down with?
So hit up Heisper over the weekend. So grabbed some different cans from there. So this one, the one that we had was called a Two-Quenchal. So they have a Citroquench, which I think I've Citroquenchal, which I think I've talked about on here before. This is it's kind of their double hop version of it. So they basically just kind of with a lot like a lot of breweries are doing, they'll hop them, and then after the brew they'll dry hop them, which means that they basically just throw more hops in and try to extract flavors out of that by having it sitting there. And it's sometimes it works well, sometimes it doesn't. But with citra hops, it seems to work okay, and that's what they use in this one. So it's a really citrusy, tropical type flavor. Comes in at about 7.1% ABV, hazy IPA. You get a lot of that, I would say grapefruit / mango flavor. It was pretty good. I like Heist for their, they do a lot of, they have a lot of variety of beer. I don't love their IPAs. I like to try them. They just miss the mark for me for some reason. I don't know why. Their sours are amazing. I had a couple different German beers that they make that were outstanding as well. This one just didn't. I don't know. Didn't love it. It was almost a little bittery, which with hazy IPAs, it's just you expect it from a West Coast with the type of hops that they use over there, but with the hazy IPA, it wasn't really what I was looking for. So I'd probably give it a 6.5.
Oh dang, man, you even cracked the 7s, man.
Yeah, it was like I said, it wasn't great. There's plenty of beer there that are above a 7.5, maybe even hitting that 8 level, but this just isn't one of them for me.
Dang, man. Another one bites the dust, man.
Yep, exactly.
And that's JD's Bites and Brew, everybody. And then there wasn't really anything on the BRRs this week. Just watching the normal shows right now, which is the Gen V. I actually been throwing on Fear of Walking Dead that I play in the background while I've been doing work and stuff. Show's not bad, man. I'm on like the 3rd season now, so I'm still looking for some stuff to watch. I know this month they got some stuff dropping, so hopefully that'll keep us entertained. I mean, so far that Monarch show, which is like the Godzilla stuff on Apple TV, but it's not till the 17th. This Squid Games 2, that's on the 22nd. They got Good Burger 2 for all us old heads coming out on the 22nd. That's on Paramount. Then there's a few other shows like the Invincible. I don't know if you've ever seen that on Amazon. Like a cartoon anime show. It's pretty good though. It's like kind of like Justice League type of stuff, superheroes. But it was pretty good. I was surprisingly shocked by after I watched it. It was more adultish because they got people getting killed on there. And then even there was some other new shows coming out that were, kind of getting the buzz, whether it be from critics or based off a book. So there was a Murder at the End of the World. That's on the 14th. And then there's another show. Can't remember what his name was. There was Bargain on Paramount, and there was something else. So I'll definitely give those a try when them shows pop on.
Yeah, the Netflix is releasing one too. I don't know if you've seen this, but All the Light You Cannot See. It's a book, World War II.
Yeah, that was another one I saw.
That one looks good. The book is really good. It's about I forget. It's a deaf. I don't remember if it's a deaf German girl or a deaf French girl and a German guy. I think it's that. I think that's the way it is. And they it's a love story, but they're on basically two different sides of the war. So interested to see how they do this in a show style.
Yeah, man. So they got some stuff out there, man. That's coming up. So definitely looking forward to checking it out. And then I'm gonna wrap up some of these horror movies, whether it be the Five Nights at Freddy's or the Exorcist. And I think there was another one, another horror one that I was like going through, but wasn't really much else out there. Or I think it was called The Conference. I think that's what it's called.
The Conference.
Yeah. And then so there wasn't really much else out there. I think there was one other movie that I might have missed that I want to go back and watch. That Old Dads on Netflix.
Okay.
Supposed to be a comedy with hopefully I'll find some other stuff and I'll keep you guys posted.
Sounds good.
And that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. Until next time.
Till next time, Rich.
I want to thank y'all for rocking out here on the Sports Sidebar Podcast. Give y'all something to ride out on.